Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Runefest happened, let's talk about it. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen the announcements from Runefest, or seen other videos about it, or seen the posts on Reddit, people talking about it on Discord or in game. But I missed most of it sadly because I was away for the entire weekend, though I could watch bits and bobs here and there. Oh, for clarification, I was not at Runefest, I was actually away with my family. So I did actually read up on what the Runescape updates will be, what's going to be happening in the future, so I'll quickly cover that and give my personal opinion right after talking about the Golden Gnomes. The Golden Gnome Awards this year were absolutely horrendous. The new host was just constantly making alcohol and drunk jokes during the Golden Gnome announcements. Also, the breaks were like 30 minutes long of 3 people playing violin or some weird Wi-Fi Wars game, and it was, to be fair, was just horrendous. Now, speaking of the Golden Gnomes, I sadly did not win one this year. It is what it is. I'm a little bit down about it, but at the same time, if you look at how many great creators were actually nominated, the chances were quite slim. I mean, my crew, probably the hardest working RuneScape 3 YouTuber won. R-Sky, the popular hardworking streamer. Dark World Order, one of the best new RuneScape video makers. I mean, it falls into place really. So it is what it is, but congratulations to all of the Golden Gnome winners of 2019. Also, can someone get me more G's number for a guide? Research? So at Runefest, a ton of things were announced for RuneScape 3, and they all look rather promising and interesting, I must say. However, we must take all those release dates with a grain of salt because, as we have experienced in the past, Jagex or RuneScape isn't very good at keeping their promises in terms of update release dates. So, the first thing, supposedly coming in November of 2019, is the Ranch Out of Time, basically a dinosaur player-owned farm expansion, 120 farming and 120 herblore. So expansions on the herblore and farming skill. And these two updates, or these two expansions of these skills, will actually cause some power creep because there will of course be better potions for herblore, which I'm not entirely sure if I like this update, or them bringing up herblore and farming to level 120 instead of the point I've always made, reworking old content and polishing the game instead of expanding, well, just having nerfed player and farms. We still have to write about that microtransactions issue, or issues. We can't forget that, guys. But apparently they have a number of criteria, I'm quoting this from the RuneScape website, that must be met before they are comfortable extending a skill to level 120. It must have actual content at every level, it must have worthwhile goals, it must have quicker training methods to get to 120 to make it less grindy, there must be a variety of training methods instead of one, which is boring, obviously, and there must be a certain period before people lose their comp cape so that they don't lose it instantly. So, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this, but I'll just wait until it's out to make an in-depth video on the expansion or change or extension of the herblore and farming skill. It could be very good, I don't know. Soon the RuneScape 3 beta will be accessible to everyone, somewhere late 2019. And a big announcement, Archaeology, the new skill, is apparently coming in January of 2020. Now, I don't have too much information about this skill because I haven't let that much about it be known, but what it basically is a gathering and crafting skill in one. I'll put some images on screen. I kind of like the idea of this new skill, but like I previously said in another video, I'm not entirely sure if I want a new skill instead of them again reworking and polishing old content. More on that later, by the way, because they have plans to apparently do that as well. There's a Desperate Measures quest coming, new pets, and a competition apparently. The Miscellanea thing will be remastered. There will be a City of Sentistan quest. They also announced Elder God Wars Dungeon, which is God Wars Dungeon 3, apparently coming in the summer of 2020, which does sound rather interesting. So 5 new bosses probably, just like God Wars Dungeon 2 now, 4 easy bosses and 1 harder boss, which now is Telos for the God Wars Dungeon 2. There will be a Azandra quest, no idea, I don't really follow lore, and the Orphan Dig site. So, lots of stuff which I could talk about for ages, but I'll just put some links in the description instead. Most of you guys watching this video have probably already checked it out, watched the live stream, or have read up on it already. Now, one thing they announced, which is really cool, is a 100 millisecond tick system. So basically reworking the tick system in the game, or making it great. This means that PVM would be much less clunky, the game would feel much more smooth, not perfect of course, but this would be game breaking. If they actually added this in the game, they didn't give any release dates, that would be absolutely sick. They also mentioned and showcased, shortly that is, a movement rework for RuneScape 3, which would also be really nice, and that is polishing the game, so I 100% am hyped for it, but they didn't give a release date. Maybe after the tick system rework, I don't know, it could take ages, but it's really cool that they're actually considering things like this. And Runefest as a whole, I'd say, was surprising. They promised a lot of things, they are quite ambitious at the moment, which is good, but I'm still concerned about the microtransactions and the direction of the game, but good things may come. So with that being said, I'm sorry about the short video, by the way. I've been out of the loop, been really busy, and I hope this is a worthy video, I'd say. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.